Happy Friday, everybody. We are back at the whiteboard and we are talking about my favorite topic, account structure. And more specifically, how do you approach account structure in an environment where Google and Facebook are systematically removing the control levers that we have typically used? Match types have definitely changed. The ability to target specific audiences has changed. We have seen introductions in targeting restrictions, search terms removal, you name it, it's happening. And the end result of that is it is much harder today to media buy and to successfully manage an ad account than it was 5 or 10 years ago. That's the bad news. The good news is there are ways to fix this. There are ways to make your account work, and there are ways to adapt what you're doing to the current reality. And this whiteboard, I want to talk big picture about how we think about it and how we approach it and how you can do the same. So if you think in the past, everything was very linear, right? We had an exact match keyword that actually meant exact. We had a keyword specific bid that we changed via a sheet. Yep, we did that back in the day. We had a expanded text ad or a standard text ad that was very targeted for that keyword. We had one keyword in an ad group and we had a super relevant lander for it. We controlled every part of that process. But systematically, those things have been removed. So how do you do it now? If the old model was linear, today's model is triangulation, right? And you now have to use multiple different levers to get the same outcome. We break those into 3 buckets. Bucket number 1 is what you're targeting, right? Your keywords and your negatives, your match types, etc. Bucket number 2 is your audiences and how you're connecting to them. And bucket number 3 is your overall structure and where you're sending them. So let's get into it. So how do you do this, right? Number 1, let's start over here. We have gone from a single keyword ad group, a SCAG model, to a single theme ad group. Every ad group should be about a particular theme. And you really want to aim for a maximum sustainable ad group before it starts to fracture and not make sense, not a minimum viable, right? You want to make your themes as big as you can, because more themes, like a broader theme, I would say not more themes, but a broader theme, means more search volume, means more data, means faster optimization. Where you want to split is only when the incremental lift from performance is enough to justify the cost of fracturing your data. So we want topically related keywords. We want exact match or phrase match. Broad match is probably not your friend in most cases. Broad match can be great from an exploratory standpoint. Broad match can work in some more niche or weird contexts, but generally exact or phrase are your friends. You want really robust negative lists. It is okay to negative stuff out. It is okay to take away low probability keywords. You do not have to listen to Google. You do not have to listen to their recommendations. Remove the stuff that does not convert. When targeting inclusions get blurry, like match types, for instance, the power of exclusions increases, right? In a world where Google and Facebook want to include everything, what you omit is the most powerful targeting signal you have. So use it. And then the last piece, the piece that most people forget, is that you need to continually refresh all of this with query mining, which means checking that search terms report. That means conducting audience research to understand how people are actually thinking about and searching for and interacting with your product. It means using the paid and organic report to understand where you are appearing from an organic standpoint, but not a paid standpoint, where you're appearing from a paid standpoint, but not an organic standpoint, and sharing that data across your team. You need to continually update the lists and continually broaden your topically related keywords and your ad groups, right? That's thing number 1, right? Let's go over here to number 2. So We need to use audiences. Every campaign should have audiences added as observe in Google. In Meta, you want to obviously pick your audiences. Those are Google audiences. But then you also want to create your own custom segments, custom combinations, and customer uploads. Your data is incremental, right? It's not in Google's view. G's audiences are available to anyone, which makes the incremental value of the audiences as they come out of the box next to zero. What you are really looking for are the ones that have outsized performance that you can layer together in custom combinations or custom segments, or you can layer over yours, right? That's what you're looking for. You need smart business data. Most brands are not willing to share things like costs with Google. They're not willing to share lead conversion rates or expected lead values, right? We need data about how well your business performs. Geographic data, right? We have a home services company. We know that certain zip codes result in much bigger job tickets than other zip codes. Part of that is the age of the homes. Part of that is the infrastructure. Part of that is, candidly, the size of the homes and the relative affluence. All those things play a role, but Google doesn't know that. But if you have that data, you have it in your CRM, you have it in your CDP, right? If you share that data with Google and say, hey, getting a lead from Alexandria, Virginia is 27% more valuable than a lead from Ellicott City, Maryland, well, that's data Google can use because it's not getting that data from anyone else. That's data that is a competitive advantage to you. That is data that is not being used by other participants in the auction. So leveraging that smart business data can actually help. And the final piece is, well, how do you connect your account to those people in these lists? Well, your ad copy. You have to have good ad copy. The days of copy pasting ads across 7 different ad groups are over. If a theme is worthy of its own ad group, then it's worthy of its own ad. So do that, right? Make sure your ad speaks to your audiences where possible. If you can tie it into business data, that's great. For instance, our Alexandria example. Well, we can tailor ad copy by using a location insertion, right? Pretty simple, but makes a big difference. And the final piece of this is a prioritized campaign structure. So we actually go through and figure out what are the ad groups or the campaigns that absolutely must serve. What is driving the business results that we need? Those need to be funded fully. What are the opportunities that we want to scale up? Those get funded next, but only after the core gets funded. What are the maybe high margin, low volume plays that we have that are really profitable, but they're kind of niche? Those get funded subsequent to the et cetera, right? And you go down all the way to like, what's the stuff that candidly just doesn't make sense on Google or Meta? And it is okay for you to come back and say, hey, I've got 3 sets of SKUs that just don't make sense from an economic perspective to advertise on Google or Meta or Bing or Pinterest. Who cares? That's okay. What's not okay is continuing to spend on those products despite knowing that they will not sell or they'll lose you money. Right? So prioritized campaign structure that makes sure that things that are most important to the ongoing health and success of your business get prioritized. Number 1. Number 2, conversion action sets. Custom conversions in Google Ads are fantastic because you can actually assemble the specific conversion actions for a specific topically related keyword and audience, and then add it to the campaign and optimize for it. So use that. And then the final piece, landers. Especially in Google Ads, landing pages are criminally underutilized. Your service page is not necessarily a good landing page. Your homepage is probably not a great landing page. Unless it's for a brand campaign, then sure, go for it. If you are taking the time to create a whole ad group and write your own ad copy, then take the time to write a topically related lander, right? Go through, create the landing page. They're really easy to spin up these days. Use Replo, use a page builder. It's not hard. But get the structure right, the conversion action right, the lander right, get the keywords that are super relevant, think maximum sustainable, not minimum viable, and then get your business data and start to put it back onto the platform. No, Google is not going to steal it. Candidly, Google's a $2 trillion company. If they wanted to take your business, they just would. That's kind of the benefit of being the $2 trillion gorilla. They don't really have to care about you. So if you do these three things and you build these things together, you will end up with an account that is able to scale, that is continually something that you can navigate through what is an increasingly black box system, and that will continue to deliver exceptional results for you or your clients. So, hope you have fun, and see you next week.